before you scroll, take a breath with me. Right now, something inside you brought you here. Welcome to Therapist Live. This is more than a channel. It's a space for clarity, healing, and real emotional growth. Here, we talk about mental health, self-awareness, relationships, and the patterns that shape your life. If you're ready to understand yourself on a deeper level, subscribe now and turn on notifications because this journey starts today. Take a deep breath and let's begin. Building a meaningful life, stress, confidence, and values. Hello, and welcome to the third and final part of our deep dive into Why Has Nobody Told Me This Before? By Dr. Julie Smith. We have traveled a long way together. We started with the basics of mood and motivation. Then we navigated the stormy waters of grief and anxiety. Today, I want to talk about the structure of the life we are building. How do we handle the stress of daily life? How do we build confidence when we feel full of self-doubt? And ultimately, how do we make sure we are heading in a direction that actually matters to us? Let's start with stress. We usually talk about stress as if it is a poison. We say, I need to get rid of my stress. But the book invites us to reframe this completely. Dr. Julie explains that stress and excitement are biologically almost identical. In both cases, your heart beats faster, your senses sharpen, and your body releases energy. The difference is often in how we view it. If you have a big presentation and your heart starts racing, you can think, oh no, I'm panicking, I'm going to fail. That is a threat response. Or you can think, my body is waking up to give me the energy I need to focus and perform. That is a challenge response. The book argues that we shouldn't aim for a stress-free life. A life without any stress is a life without growth. It's a life without challenges. The goal isn't to eliminate stress, it is to recover from it. The problem arises when we stay in that high-stress mode for days, weeks, or months without a break. That is chronic stress. That is burnout. So, the tool here is to focus on recovery. You need to punctuate your stress with periods of true rest. And no, scrolling on your phone is not rest. Your brain is still processing information. Rest means disconnecting. It means letting your nervous system come back to baseline. Now, let's move to something I struggle with, and I think many of you do too, self-doubt and confidence. I used to think that confidence was a feeling I needed to have before I did something scary. I would wait to feel confident before applying for a job or starting a YouTube channel. Dr. Julie flips this upside down. She says, confidence is not something you have, it is something you do. Confidence is a byproduct of action. It comes after you try, not before. The cycle works like this. You feel fear. You act anyway, that is courage. You survive the experience. You learn that you can handle it. That knowledge is what we call confidence. If you wait until you feel ready, you will be waiting forever. You have to be willing to be a beginner. You have to be willing to make mistakes. There is a powerful chapter in the book called You Are Not Your Mistakes. When we fail, our inner critic goes on the attack. We say, I am a failure. We label our whole identity based on one event. The book teaches us to separate our worth from our actions. You didn't become a failure. You simply experienced a failure. Think about how you would talk to a friend who messed up. Would you say, you are an idiot, give up now?
No.
You would say, that was tough, but you can try again. We need to become that coach for ourselves. Self-criticism actually kills motivation. Self-compassion is what helps us get back up and try again. This leads us to the final and perhaps most important part of the book, creating a meaningful life. A lot of us are chasing happiness. We think, if I get that promotion, I'll be happy. If I buy that house, I'll be happy. But happiness is a mood. And as we learned in video 1, moods change like the weather. If you chase happiness, you are chasing the wind. Dr. Julie suggests we should chase meaning instead. And we do this by understanding the difference between goals and values. This distinction changed my life.
A goal is a destination.
It is something you can tick off a list, like run a marathon or lose 5 kilos. A value is a direction. It is like heading west. No matter how far you walk west, you never reach west. You just keep going in that direction. For example, run a marathon is a goal. Being a person who prioritizes their physical health is a value. If you only focus on the goal, what happens after the marathon? You stop running. You feel empty. But if you focus on the value, you can succeed every single day. Did you take the stairs instead of the elevator? You lived by your value. Did you eat a healthy lunch? You lived by your value. Values give us a way to feel successful and purposeful right now, in the present moment, not just in some distant future. The book suggests doing a values check-in. Look at the different areas of your life: relationships, work, health, creativity. Ask yourself, what kind of person do I want to be in this area? What do I want to stand for? When you align your actions with your values, even difficult days feel meaningful. You can handle the stress, the grief, and the fear because you know why you are doing it. You know what direction you are walking in. Conclusion. To wrap up the series, why has nobody told me this before? Is not a magic wand. Reading it won't make your life perfect. You will still have sad days. You will still feel anxious. You will still fail. But now you have a toolkit. You know that low mood is a signal to check your basics. You know that anxiety is just a smoke alarm. You know that confidence is a result of courage. And you know that a meaningful life is built on values, not just goals. I truly hope these videos have been helpful to you. It has been a pleasure sharing these reflections. If you haven't read the book, I highly recommend picking it up. It is one of those books you will keep on your nightstand and refer back to for years. Thank you for your time and your attention.
Be kind to yourselves. Goodbye.
This is my advice. Here's a small exercise you can try. Take a piece of paper and write. In 5 years, what kind of person do I want to be? How do I want people to feel when they are around me? What do I want to stand for? Now, ask yourself, what is one small action I can take tomorrow that aligns 1% with that direction? Not perfection, just direction. Meaning isn't built in giant breakthroughs. It's built in daily alignment. Why has nobody told me this before isn't a magic wand. You will still feel sad. You will still feel anxious. You will still fail. But now you have a toolkit. You know low mood is a signal to check your basics. You know anxiety is a smoke alarm, not a prophecy. You know confidence is built through courage. And you know meaning comes from values, not from chasing moods. A meaningful life isn't built when everything feels easy. It's built on ordinary Tuesdays, on hard conversations, on uncomfortable growth. Values don't show up when it's convenient. They show up when it's difficult. And every time you choose to act in alignment with them, you are building something real. Thank you for being part of this journey. Be patient with yourself. Be kind to yourself. And keep walking in your direction.
Goodbye.
Disclaimer. The creator of Therapist Lives is passionate about making psychology practical, accessible, and deeply human. With a strong interest in emotional regulation, resilience, and personal growth, their work focuses on translating complex psychological concepts into tools people can actually use in daily life. Instead of offering quick fixes or toxic positivity, Therapist Lives explores what it really means to build emotional strength through awareness, courage, and values-driven action. Inspired by evidence-based approaches and leading voices in modern psychology, the channel is dedicated to helping people better understand their minds, navigate anxiety and self-doubt, and build lives rooted in meaning rather than perfection. At its core, Therapist Lives exists to remind you of something simple but powerful. You are not broken. You are learning. And growth is possible. About the author, Dr. Julie Smith. Dr. Julie Smith is a clinical psychologist, author, and online educator dedicated to making mental health knowledge accessible to everyone. With years of experience working in the NHS, National Health Service, in the United Kingdom, she has helped countless individuals navigate anxiety, depression, grief, trauma, and life transitions. She is best known for her best-selling book, Why Has Nobody Told Me This Before?, a practical guide filled with evidence-based tools drawn from cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, and other psychological approaches. The book translates complex psychological concepts into simple, actionable strategies that readers can apply in everyday life. Dr. Julie gained international recognition through her educational content on social media, where she shares short, clear, and compassionate explanations about emotional regulation, resilience, relationships, confidence, and stress management. Her ability to combine scientific accuracy with warmth and clarity has made her one of the most trusted voices in modern mental health communication. Her work focuses not on fixing people, but on equipping them with skills, helping individuals understand how their minds work, respond to emotions effectively, and build lives aligned with their values. Through her writing and teaching, Dr. Julie Smith continues to empower millions around the world to approach mental health with knowledge, self-compassion, and practical tools for growth. If this content resonated with you,
Please leave a like.
it helps the channel reach more people who may also need this message. Share this video with someone who could benefit from it. And if you're not subscribed yet, now is the perfect time to subscribe and turn on notifications. We are here to share new content anytime to support your emotional journey. Thank you for being here. Take care of your mind, take care of yourself. I'll see you in the next video.